Yo, what is up, y'all? My name is Devin, and today I'm going to be talking about steroids and how tempting they are, especially for us trans guys. In the back of our minds, maybe we're thinking about dabbling with actual steroids, and as someone who has done a steroid cycle, giving you insight on what that shit feels like. Just for insight, I did a steroid cycle at the very beginning of 2022. It's been almost 2 years since I did the steroid cycle, and I'm still dealing with the effects of that cycle to this day. I ran a high dosage of testosterone for around 12 weeks. But before I get into that, if you are interested in one-on-one coaching, a meal plan, or a training plan, I do not coach within the enhanced sphere. I'm about gains in a healthy and sustainable way. So if you are interested in coaching, go ahead and email me. Without further ado, because I'm tired of talking about this, I want to talk about the actual meat of the video. Let's go ahead and get into it. Essentially, what led me up to taking that steroid cycle, I felt like, bro, I'm not big enough. I had been lifting for around 3, almost 4 years, and I was just feeling like I should be seeing much more gains for as long as I've been lifting. I've been tracking my food, like
I earned this shit, bro.
And I also felt like I should look differently for the amount of time that I had spent training. And that was honestly a big sense of entitlement, me being fucking immature. The biggest thing that I've come to learn after the steroid cycle is that, as corny as it is, shortcuts get you cut short. If you're not seeing results with the basic shit that you're doing, taking steroids is not going to amplify that, right? So prior to taking steroids, I was training more powerlifting style. I was expecting to see bodybuilder results, meaning I wasn't prioritizing time under tension. I was not training in a very meaningful way. I was just trying to move as much weight as possible for as many reps as possible. And that's stupid. Like, that's a dumb way to train. That's not going to get you gains. Specifically after top surgery, I entirely did a 180 on my training. I purely train for bodybuilding now, and I have been within the 500, 600 testosterone range for literally since top surgery, and I've seen the most spectacular gains in doing so. I look weaker in the gym because I'm not fucking manhandling 2 plates on bench press like a fucking Neanderthal, but I fucking look like a bodybuilder now. So if you have that sense of, well, I've been training for X amount, or I should look like this for this time period, be really real with yourself and understand that you're probably fucking entitled to think that you deserve something that you don't have. Fucking stop that, okay? So that was my mindset leading up to the steroid cycle. Now, how I actually felt on the steroid cycle was like the motherfucking man. Having that level of testosterone really does change your brain chemistry. So the best way that I can describe it is you feel like you're on one. Like, what are we gonna get into? Like, you can see why it's useful for soldiers and shit to be on steroids, because it just makes you feel like I can do anything. The way that impacted my training was when I was working out. Right now, there's no way I'm gonna look at the 100-pound dumbbells and be like, yeah, bitch, I'm about to bench press you. But literally, when I was on the steroid cycle, I would walk into the gym. I wasn't logging my training sessions whatsoever. I would just go in and be like,
I feel strong today.
I'm gonna bench press 225 for as many reps as possible for as many sets as possible. That is an insane thing to think, but testosterone made me feel like I was that guy. Like, that level of testosterone made me feel like I was that guy. So that's kind of where testosterone, like, it just gets you like fucking going, and that is directly impacting gains. It also helps your recovery. I was deadlifting 4 plates, and luckily I'm still able to do that even without gear. And I was able to recover from that very easily. Like, now I only deadlift 1 time a week because I need to recover, whereas before I was deadlifting 2 times a week. My central nervous system experiences like barely any fatigue from that, and that's because having such a high level of testosterone allows you to recover quicker. I don't feel like that's necessary in my life, but that's how it felt, because I know a lot of people are curious, like, what does it feel like to be on steroids? So during that testosterone cycle, I noticed that my hair was thinning, and I was like, this is weird. So I literally, as soon as I really started to notice that my hair was thinning, because it's a thought sometimes, anybody who's experienced this, like, you look in the mirror and you're like, I feel like my hair is thinner, but you're like, nah. And then when I really realized, I was at the barber, and he had his ring light like directly pointed at my scalp, and I just saw mad spots where my curls were formed, and there was like scalp in between the curls, and I was like, oh bro, nah son. So I just buzzed my head, right? There's a couple of factors that the steroid cycle fucked me up on. The first thing is hair. So it really triggered something in my hair loss, like genetically. If you're someone who likes hair, if you want to take a genetic gamble and do steroids and just pray that your hair doesn't get impacted by that, I had thick ass hair before the steroid cycle. Out of nowhere, bro, it's like night and day. So whatever. Aside from that, my blood was looking not too great. My blood pressure was always high as shit. I was like 140 over like 80, which is fucking terrible. I had terribly high blood pressure during the steroid cycle. My blood was just thick as shit. Like, my red blood cell count, my platelet level, my just entire CBC was fucked, which puts you at a bigger risk of stroke, heart attack, any coronary diseases, anything like that. Literally, your heart will enlarge when that is happening. Overall, those are the 2 biggest components that that were like negative health markers while I was on the cycle. I think that the make or break for us, you know, wanting to dabble in steroids, social media fucks our brains up, bro. Like, social media makes us think you could be seeing gains, or if your goal is fat loss, you could be like making great progress, right? But then you fucking go to TikTok or Instagram and you see a motherfucker who lost 1,000 pounds in 2 months, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I thought I was doing good, but actually I suck. Why should I even keep going? A couple of things that has helped me so much, having more realistic body standards for myself and a more healthy view on myself, has been following natural bodybuilders. Aside from that, I really try hard not to follow people who are like fucking so surface level shallow influencers who just are like, here's my abs, use my promo code. They're not contributing anything to your existence. They're literally just asking you for money. I try to follow people who offer information, who offer like a rare insight, information, nutritional information, training information, shit that actually contributes to your existence and your goals, not just this person looks good, because over time that shit is gonna fuck with your brain and make you feel like you are not doing what you need to do, when in reality, seeing shredded ass motherfuckers 24/7 is only gonna make you feel like shit. Now, I am gonna be including down below the link to my website, which includes a dumbbell only training plan, great for beginners or people who only have dumbbells, my high protein cookbook. If you're someone who's like not in love with chicken, rice, and broccoli, you wanna eat real food, definitely check out the cookbook. That link also includes my various coaching tiers. And like I always say, Devin loves you, Devin's a Don, and Devin is out of here, boy.